Tiffany. I am the real Althea.
I'm the real Tiff.
Thank you. So, today we are going to talk about, first the craft is demonic babies. So, it's kind of like your elf on the shelf, but like a demonic baby. So you can like have it in your house. You can like move it every day. It looks like you have a real baby at night. So we're just gonna like paint them and do whatever. I'm super excited to see what Tiff's gonna do to hers.
Fucking baby doll's wild looking already.
I know, like
It's got a thick neck. Well, who was that? Henry Rollins.
Henry Rollins.
He used to have a real thick neck.
Used to.
I mean, maybe he still does. I haven't seen his neck in a long time. It's like I haven't done a neck inspection in a while. So.
I was just like, what? Did he lose? Like, get skinny?
Maybe. I assume he's just getting older, and so his neck has probably lost some girth.
Oh.
You know.
Okay, so today we're gonna talk about. So I just want to like talk about it, but today's topic is inspired by my friend Becca from my dojo. She really inspires me because she really likes what we talk about. She inspired me because she has some friends that like she knew some people. They're like they were married for years, like me, and then when they got out, it's like the dating world's completely different when you get divorced and you've been married for a ton of years, and like because they like didn't know anything and everything's so different. One of them got like a STD and
yeah, the good old after divorce STD.
yeah, and I was so scared for the longest time that I had one because I made all the horrible like dating mistakes. Because because you know what you're doing. As soon as I got out, because he was the only one I had ever been with, and you know, dating's completely different, and the dating apps. So basically, talking about like modern dating nowadays, and how to, especially for those people who have been married for years, and then they hop into the dating world, and it's like, don't get an STD.
Well, don't on purpose.
Well, yeah, I mean, actually, I know a lot of people that did.
Don't get an STD that you can't just take some pills and cure.
Yeah, you know, I used to be so terrified because I would go get like tested, and they would do the HIV and then they would do like, I was like, are these things like curable? Because somebody like scared the shit out of me and told me that they're not curable or something.
What? Well, HIV is not curable.
Maybe. Well, I think it was another
HPV.
HPV
is one, but HPV is kind of like chickenpox,
uh-huh.
where like if you have an outbreak, it can be really bad, but once it gets under control, you're never going to have another outbreak again. It's not like herpes. Herpes can keep getting outbreaks. HPV, once you have the outbreak and it goes away, you don't have it again. The only time you have another outbreak is if you get a different strand, which pretty much means you got a different STD.
Okay. So I avoided going, well, I would always get tested, but like the most recent time, because I make the mistake, this is like kind of embarrassing to admit, but I have a hard time with birth control and stuff. So usually like it's just like a condom or something. And one time, you know, like I trusted that he's always safe, like the last person, and we didn't use a condom.
Oh, Schmally will say things like, or, you know, back in the day would be like, you know, I trust you, and that he would almost make it like he's doing this because of me, because he trusts me, and then that in turn like tricks your brain into being like, oh, they're careful. You know?
Oh gosh. And then they're probably like mad players like out like telling all the girls
as soon as I found out anything, I was like, can I get a full panel, please? Yeah. That includes hepatitis, syphilis, any itis, any isis. I want to be checked for it all because, and then after, I don't know if I told you about Schmakeup, but
I don't know.
He was, the one thing that actually was a plus side on that was that he was in medical care. And so I think he actually was really, a little bit more, but he still was not, he was questionable. And so when I found out stuff about him, and I was like, okay, back to the doctors I go. Can I get the works again?
Yeah, and it's not fun going and getting all that stuff done. Well, at least I don't enjoy it. You know, I freaking panic, which is why it took forever to go the last time. But the thing about the whole trusting thing is, like, I thought it was normal to have like a screenshot of your negative test results, and it was normal to say, can I see your test results that I know that you're
I did that with Schmeyen. That is normal. Yeah,
well, so guys wouldn't, like, I remember my friend telling me that one guy got super offended that she asked him that.
Well, why did he get super offended? Probably because he didn't actually go and get the test.
Yeah, because he was lying. So
what's the best way to deflect from fucking actually having to show a test or whatever is to be super offended? Because if somebody asked me, like, I asked before I was like getting ready, like, I need to sleep with you, so I need you to get these tests, and I need to know that you're clean so that we can fucking go to town.
Yeah.
And it was not even there was no argument, there was no offense, there was just like, oh, I'm gonna go right now. I'm already getting drunk. I'm already I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. Yeah, and that's one of the mistakes that I made, is just, as soon as I went to the dating world, I didn't think about any of that stuff. And then I get like, you should meet somebody first, go on a date, don't have sex the first time, you know, like me, like hookups.
Well, after divorce dating is different than the after divorce dating.
Well, I want to make sure nobody does what I did, okay? Because you gotta like you said, okay, so like we like each other, whatever. Where's your test results? And then, you know, then plan a time so that you're not like in the moment, because that's another problem that I have. Like, I'll be in the moment, you know, and it's hard for me to just say no. Or back then when I was like a people pleaser, I'd be like afraid to ask because I don't want to offend them. And, oh, you don't trust me? If I did ask, like I did ask, but sometimes they would just be like, oh, don't worry, I'm clean. You know?
Yeah, and you want it so fucking bad, you're like, okay, I believe you.
Yeah, so, and I don't trust myself because once I'm like met a guy or whatever and things start going, I don't trust myself. I'll be like, who cares?
Yeah, throw it in. Let's make a baby.
Gosh. Oh, yeah.
Now, there's a lot of things that I want in, like, sex that I don't actually want.
What do you mean?
Like I don't, like the cream
face?
pie thing, right?
Oh.
Like, I would fucking love that. Just all over it and just rub it in, right? But then I'm like, well, there's still some eggs floating around in there. So even though I'd love for that to happen, that actually can't happen, you know?
Oh, I know. That's the thing too. It's like,
I messed up this baby already.
What did you write on it?
Well, I tried to write death.
Oh my God.
But I was gonna do like block letters, and then just the pen is too fucking big, and so then I started too close. So it's just like, but I guess demons don't have to be symmetrical.
Gangster baby.
Yeah.
She have tats all over, right?
Well, it's gonna be a demon. Maybe gangster demon.
Maybe you can just do like the regular stuff, and then maybe we can do it again next time. And
hopefully this baby's gonna cost you a lot of money. Maybe I'll just.
I got him at the dollar store.
Oh, sweet.
I was at the dollar store and I was like, babies. We can make demonic babies.
Speaking of making a baby, put a baby in me.
I found a bunch of they have cool craft stuff. I didn't realize it. Not always, but they have pretty cool stuff there. So I got a bunch of stuff for a backup craft just in case.
Yeah.
Smart. Couldn't think of anything.
Yeah. Well, when in doubt, we always just have beaded necklaces, Yeah. Wait, I was trying to do a barcode, but I couldn't get the lines thin enough to do I just wanted it to have a barcode.
Okay, so what if we do nail polish remover, and then next time I will bring a fine point pen, and you can just, because I think you can use nail polish.
What if I just burn it off of its head, and then it looks all warped and fucked up?
Oh my god, that would be real.
I mean, it's a demon baby. It's like Freddy Krueger baby. Anyways, back to the dating thing.
So I wanted to say another thing that because I don't want to forget, because sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
This is really embarrassing too, so don't judge me. Actually, you will, but I didn't know that when you give blowjobs, you can get an STD.
Oh God,
isn't that pathetic?
I mean,
I was so naive.
There's no common sense there. If you can get it from it being in your fucking vagina,
I guess not.
Common sense would mean that if it rubbed on your arm, you might get an STD on your arm. It's not as easy to.
I thought it had something to do with the inner juices.
Oh, all right.
Don't judge me. This is why I want to talk about this, because I was so I was the virgin, wait till you're married, Christian girl, and then in my 40s go out into the sex world, and I'm like, well, what's wrong with putting it in your mouth? Isn't that different than your vagina?
It is different than your vagina, but not when it comes to an STD.
But how would it get? Yeah. Anyways,
because
you can get an STD from giving a blowjob, so don't do it.
Don't
unless they show you the test results.
Yeah,
they're negative.
And we're talking about herpes test results. A fucking chlamydia test result isn't going to matter in your mouth. You're not going to get that in your mouth or on your vagina. It's in your body. I mean,
see, that's what I don't get.
I mean, I could be wrong, but chlamydia is one of those ones you can take the pills for. So either way, it's it might only be. It's not really juices as much as it is the type of the way that it is absorbed into your body and things,
Okay, see, yeah,
I'm not the certain type of skin probably wouldn't get genital herpes on it because it's not the right skin, permeable enough or whatever to be affected. But your mouth, the inside of your mouth and the inside of your vagina is very similar in
okay.
what it's made of.
See, I think that's what I thought that there it was different because
you can get an STD in your butthole. In case you didn't know, I'm letting you know right now.
Thank you.
Okay.
You were telling me that.
Any STD that you can get in your mouth or your vagina, you can also get in your butthole, kids.
What about in your ear?
No, it's different skin. But maybe don't put an infected penis
in your armpit because it's moist.
Maybe you would actually change and mutate into a different type of fucked up STD.
I'm gonna Google. Can you get an STD in your armpits?
I mean, if you had a cut in your armpit,
because that's an area that
it's not at all
releases.
Like your vagina or your mouth, though. Yeah,
but it takes in stuff, But anyways,
what is it taking in on you? What are you doing?
Well, I mean,
with your armpits? You could put a penis in there, and it could technically have sex with your armpit, and it would be like a hand job without you having to do really any work.
No, I mean, no. What I mean is, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Also, what is that? The nape of your knee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Put it in there, Daddy. I'm gonna watch TV. And
there was this one guy who tried to have sex with my thighs one time. Did I talk about that at the bad sex episode?
I don't think so.
I don't think I did. So I remember this one guy, I think he liked a lot of guys on the dating apps. That's another thing I want to talk about after too, is the dating apps. A lot of guys would be like into my thick thighs. Like they have thick thigh fetishes apparently. And this guy saw my picture and was into my thick thighs. And when he came over, we were like, you know, getting started or whatever. And he started to like position me on the couch. Like he was positioning my thighs. And then he started to have sex with my thighs with his penis.
I'm glad you clarified that was with his penis.
Okay, so the other stuff that I wanted to talk about with modern dating, because I feel like nowadays a lot of people go on the dating apps. Yeah. And like I don't want to totally diss dating apps because
I do.
Yeah, I know. I'm more, I agree with you on the dating apps, but there are people, like one of my favorite couples is met on the dating apps, and they're like this power couple, and they're like they own businesses together, and they found each other on Bumble. And I used to go on Bumble, but so I guess what I'm going to say is, because a lot of people are just so busy and they don't, you know, I think it is better to like meet somebody in like your hobbies or your, like kind of like how you were saying that one time.
Yeah.
But sometimes people, I don't think the dating apps is totally bad. I think just be aware of, you need to be specific and careful, like with boundaries, because I didn't have boundaries, and because if people said something weird or sexual or didn't show interest in me other than my body or something, I just said whatever, you know, like I'll meet them anyways.
Yeah, you're like, and maybe I'm reading into this too bad, or like not the right way, or maybe it's me. Yeah. So, and I also like, I think I subconsciously had a fear that if I didn't just keep talking to somebody, I would have no matches. So like if I wasn't picky, then I would never get a guy, kind of a thing. Like if you were picky.
Yeah. If I was picky, then.
But you were so desperate for a man that you would just. Well, the thing I don't like about dating apps is mainly that like there are douchebags in real life. Yeah. And when you do a hobby that you love and you meet people and you kind of are able to just be friends and kind of filter out with the I don't know. You're not going there to date. You're just going there, but you meet people organically and they kind of filter themselves out. There's always going to be a douchebag that you didn't know was a douchebag and you date or whatever. Yeah. Now, when you go online, every single douchebag that exists is also online. So can you meet a good guy? Are there good guys online? Absolutely. But now you are exposed to every single shitbag. Whereas at least when you're meeting them organically in things that you enjoy doing, you're limiting the amount of shitbag. Yeah. To just this group and maybe onesies, twosies. You do another hobby or whatever. You meet this person, that person. You know, when you go online, you just have to. You have no way of knowing.
And you have to take the time. You have to be patient and just know that you might be on that app for a long time.
And the key is boundaries.
Yeah, exactly.
Always meet in a public place.
Yes.
Never let them pick you up, then you're stranded. Never be alone in somebody you don't know. Like, meet at a public place, so if something goes wrong, you can be like, oh, that's why like they say hiking is not good. If you're going on a busy hike, like if you're going to Cowles Mountain, like after work, it's so packed. It's an easy hike, you know? But like a public place, get yourself there so that you're not relying on them. Make sure somebody knows where you are.
Yeah, and I think also to get rid of the douchers too, like ask questions in the beginning that you care about the most, because their answer will save you all this time.
Oh, 100%.
From wasting with them.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you want kids?
Yep.
Do you want to, do you want to stay in California? If you don't want to live in California, where would you move? Like, let's say they say Texas, and you're like, I'm not fucking going to Texas. There's no point in dating somebody and going all the way down that path just to find out later on, or then ignore the fact that they want to go to Texas and you're not going to go, and then there's an issue. Or find out that they want kids. People think, that's not a question that you should ask in the beginning. No one's thinking about kids. It is a question. If you're on a date and they potentially want kids, and you don't, don't go on another date with them.
And even if it says on their profile that they want kids, or that they want, one of the things that always happened to me is like they want a long-term relationship or a serious relationship. I met so many guys that would just put that on the profile, and then once you start talking to them, it's just a hookup.
They're just trying to get you. They're trying to get the people to not be threatened. If they said, hey, I'm a piece of shit, I'm going to lie to you, I really just want to text you sexual things and maybe send you a dick pic so I can feel like I have power over you, and but I'm not actually interested in anything, they wouldn't get anybody to talk to.
Yeah, and there was like maybe a few guys, well, maybe 2 guys that admitted in the very beginning that they just wanted to hook up.
Yeah, and that's cool. You know, like, that's cool.
And I actually had respect for them.
You do
for saying that.
You know, because
I was like, that's really cool. You didn't waste my fucking time at all, you know? Because the other
unless their profile said that they didn't, and then they told you up front, it's like,
actually, there was one guy that did that.
Then you're still being a piece of shit. Anyways, women and men too, but mostly women, obviously. It's very unlikely that the women go out on dates with the men and then they kill the men. But like the boundaries thing, the boundaries thing is,
I think that's the most
important. And then being safe on a first date, just go to coffee and chat. If a guy starts popping off right away about how he wants you to sit on his lap, he's not looking to get to know you.
Sit on his lap.
He's not looking to get to know you. He just wants to text sexual things and like get all, but
even if they just say, hey, beautiful, and they start talking about how pretty you are, that also means they're trying to, in a more modest way, just talking about your looks. And that means you're always a hookup.
And it's like, hey, that's why I always put a picture of or when I used to do all my dating, I would always put a picture of my full body, and I would always put a picture of me with no makeup on, which is almost always. All my pictures are like me in a CrossFit competition where I'm like making my hardcore lip face, and I'm like if you can't get down with this fucking deadlift face, then you can fuck off.
That's awesome. That's really great.
Yeah.
Well, that reminds me too, is I would always put, in the beginning I didn't because I was super insecure, but I would put pictures of my different social things that I cared about and a full body picture so they know what your body looks like, but not like super sexual because then you'll get all the hookup-y guys, but so that they don't, because there were so many guys that would like, once you like matched, they'd start asking questions like, so can I get some more pictures? I just love your pictures. And I'm like, and then this one time I was like, my profile fully shows my whole body, so you don't need any other pictures. And usually those guys are, for some reason, there's a bunch of guys out there that just want you to send them pictures.
Well, yeah, they just are looking
to see you in real life.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. They just want.
It's so weird to me though. Like, why?
Because they're fucking pieces of shit. And
but like, why
they know they can get on there and get
picture?
Instant gratification.
What, are they like sitting there jerking off?
Maybe, or they feel powerful.
Why can't they just watch
it makes them feel good because they asked you for a picture and you gave it to them. There's all kinds of things, but
it always like
power and control
my mind.
And
I never see. You always have the great perspective because I was like, I never thought of it that way.
My perspective is like,
what are you like jerking off? Like, what? There's so much available porn out there. So why do you need more pictures of me?
Yeah, no, it has nothing to. It might have. There's a lot of reasons, right?
Or maybe they're trying to see if they can get me to show them nudity eventually.
And it's getting to know how pliant you are. Pliant. I love how I put the bad word. I put the F word right in the middle of a word. Pliant.
New word. Webster.
But yeah, I've
copied you.
I've had, like I told you, I had a guy once tell me, like, oh, I just want you to sit on my lap, and I just can't, you know, I just want you to, and I was just kind of like, oh, okay, well, I just really know you.
First started talking?
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, okay, like, I don't really know you. It's kind of weird. It's like, oh, what? Like, I just woke up and I was just thinking about you, and it was just kind of like, okay, like, maybe that's not that weird. And then he was saying that he had, like, a house in PB with, like, 3 bedrooms. And I was clearly joking because I know how expensive San Diego is. And I was like,
I remember you.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, ew. You know, like, ew, you have a nice house in PB.
Anybody
like,
would know you're being joking.
You know?
Like,
and he called me fucking fat. And I was
God.
like, wow, what the fuck? And he was like, what? Like, that's how you respond. So and it was just kind of like, oh my God. Okay, so like.
You just showed me who you are.
Yeah.
God.
And honestly, I was not impressed with your stupid fucking house with your.
Like, I wonder how many girls he gets.
You probably bought it in 2008 because you're old as fuck. And you fucking had money during the recession, and you fucking bought this house, or your dad gave it to you when you died. Fuck you.
I keep seeing this guy at the store, like, I swear, all week, and he's like somebody I know, but not recently. I haven't been on the dating apps for, I don't know, a little while, but when I used to go on there, I would see his profile, and he would say that he's a doctor, and he's absolutely not a doctor. And one of my best friends, I was like, did you know that he's on the dating app? And as a doctor, he does something else. He has his own business doing, like, woodwork. Nothing at all like a doctor. And he actually still lives in his house with his ex-wife.
The question, you can be a doctor if you have a doctorate in something.
He says he works at, like, Sharp or something.
Oh,
and he has
a medical doctor.
Medical, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I get what you're saying. Like, but I asked my friend, I was like, why is he saying he's a doctor? Like, and he doesn't live on his own. Like, he nests, or actually their daughter is older now, so she's probably not.
Did you say
there.
He nests?
You know how, like, when people get divorced, they still, like, share a house for the kids?
I don't know that.
Well, my ex tried to do that with
me. That's
and I was
fucking
like,
weird.
Fuck no.
That's fucking weird. And don't let a man tell you that that's what he's fucking doing. And so you go on a date with a man who still lives in a house with his ex fucking wife, or maybe even still wife. Because just know that's just not a situation that you want to be in. When you move in, what are you going to do? When you start dating, get serious. You got to move in with the fucking ex-wife?
Yeah, see, that's why I thought it was weird that he was pretending to be a doctor. Because I'm like, what if you actually convinced somebody to like, hook up with you? Were you going to take him to your house with your ex-wife? You know? Well, I think he has a house in the back. And he built a house in the back so they didn't have to move out or something. So he could
fuck other people in the back
without upsetting his wife. But was he going to, like, sneak him in the back? Yeah, my ex-wife lives in the front house. I thought it was so weird.
That is the best way to stay unavailable as a man. You have this other woman that you have to appease and please, but yet there's not enough commitment there in their explanation. So then you feel like, oh, okay, they're available. The fact is, if they are not divorced, they are not available. There's going to be a fucking fight. There's going to be a situation. Maybe they haven't gone through the ebbs and flows of the divorce yet. And it's not going to be him being able to give you what you deserve because he needs to go through his divorce. You don't even know if they're going to reconcile. They might, because you have nothing on that relationship. Never date a man who is not divorced. Say,
well, actually,
cool,
I think he was divorced.
I really like
they
you.
Just live in the same house.
That's also fucking weird. That was next. Next thing. Be fully divorced. Lives with their ex. Absolutely not.
I think it was like the weirdest situation, and I've been seeing him in the store, and I'm like, hey, doctor. And I don't say that to him, but I want to be like,
oh, that'd be so funny.
Hey, did you get like, you know,
did you get a degree?
Yeah, like,
hey, I saw you online. Did you go to medical school? Because I just thought you were a carpenter, like Jesus' dad. Just kidding.
Yeah, Jesus' dad. Yeah, exactly.
And oh wait, okay. So one must be divorced.
Mm-hmm.
let me recap. These are the rules for going out on a date, boundaries, standards, and setting yourself up for success as a woman. Number 1, if he's married, even if he's going through divorce, if he is not divorced, it's a no.
Yeah, and a lot of times they're lying so that they can get you in bed.
Yeah, just a no.
Like, I mean, they might still be separated, but
it doesn't even matter.
You know,
there's still drama going on there.
Yeah,
not a part of something that you want to be a part of. You should be focused on. You deserve that.
Yeah.
2, if they live with their ex. If they're fully divorced or fully broken up, but they still live with the ex, or the lawyers might take the house, or this and that, or we're doing it for the kids. Fucked up situation, get the fuck out. Go on a date with somebody who isn't living with their ex, because there's like a trillion of them.
Yeah, I had a couple experiences like that. They gave like weird ass stories. But are you gonna say another?
Yeah.
Another one?
Yeah. 3, if they pop off right at the beginning with anything sexual. I can't wait for you to sit on my lap, or I'm just thinking about you when I'm in bed. If they text you in the middle of the night at 1 a.m., hey, what are you doing? These are all no's. These are all hard no's.
Yep.
And if they respect you, if they actually like you, they actually are looking to get to know somebody and like be in a relationship, or even just decide if it's going to be a friendship, you don't treat people a certain way. And you're not in certain situations going on dating apps looking for serious relationships if you're still fucking married. They're fully unavailable if they are still legally married to somebody else.
Yeah.
No matter what they say, no matter how they treat you, they could treat you better if there wasn't a total other situation happening. Yeah. And it might not be the woman that's taking away from the availability. It's the divorce. It's the feelings. There's a whole lot of feelings that goes into having a divorce, you know? And you don't want them to project those wife feelings onto you because they're needing to like fill a void, and you also don't want to be used. And you don't want to deal with any of that. Also, if you go on a date, make the first one at a public place. Never go to a man's house by yourself. Never trap yourself there. Drive yourself or take an Uber. Never get in a car with a man that you don't fucking know.
Yep.
Because it's cool. It's all safe until it's fucking not.
I'm sorry.
Woo! You're always ruining my stories with your sneezes.
Sorry.
I'm gonna demon baby.
Demon baby, you back. I kind of copied you.
It's okay. I have lost.
Well, I didn't copy the eyebrows. Oh my god! You get some crazy eyebrows. Show them. You're so funny, and your skull looks really good.
It's alright.
It's good.
I'm not an artiste. But yeah. So I just feel like
also has a black heart.
And then I know that I mentioned this on the podcast before, I've mentioned this on our show before, but I had a friend that was on Bumble and we were having lunch and he was just talking to me going like this. And like that showed me a lot about how men are treating online dating. And it's dangerous. You're exposed to unlimited shitbags as well as there being good people on there, right? But you know, as somebody who was on Bumble and Tinder and Match.com, you see the same ones on all of them.
Yep.
It's just them trying to represent themselves differently on each one, or I just finished talking about
well, I already forgot.
So the guy was he was just swiping, and that's what it showed me what men do when they're
okay. Yeah, so that makes me remember. Well, there was a few guys that did that to me, but I remember this one time. So I have this like regular mechanic that I go to, and maybe I'm actually telling the story that I thought I didn't tell, and it's the other one.
Just tell them all. Okay.
Well, so there's this mechanic guy, which we matched, and I go there all the time because he does like the smog checks, and the other guy that my mechanics, like they're back to back or whatever. So I see him all the time, and I went there to get my smog actually the first time I went there, I was like, hey, you know, like we matched on Bumble. And because when he first saw me, he acted like he knew nothing about me. Like I was just another person. And I was like, don't you remember me? We matched on Bumble. And he said to me, oh, I don't know. I just swipe. Like, he admitted it to me, but, like, so I was like, okay, cool, he admitted to me. But he's like, I just, you know, he's like, sorry, but I just, you know, I just do it. Like, I don't remember how he explained it, but basically it's just kind of like...
No big deal. I'm just a shitbag. I'm working on a numbers game. I'm not actually looking to meet somebody interesting. I just want to actually get anyone to talk to me so that I can send them a dick pic. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was like, man, that's so fucking lame.
Like, it is lame. Here we are reading all these fucking profiles to make sure that they're fucking the right people for us. And they're like...
Yeah. Yeah, and I heard somewhere else, too, that some guys will just don't even really look. They're just trying to get as many matches as they can.
That's what I'm saying. That guy was on Bumble, and Bumble, you have to be the girl to initiate the conversation. So he's just sitting there swiping on everything. He's not even looking. He's just swiping and talking to me in a conversation.
I didn't know he wasn't looking.
No,
I thought he was just like swiping, like he didn't.
No, he was just like, oh my gosh, this is what I've been doing lately. I've been in this. I started a new run club. It's you know, Friday mornings, and I was like, oh, what are you doing there? I was like, oh, I'm on Bumble.
So then, like, is it also like an ego thing? Like, oh my god, I got so many matches. Look, out of all these people on here, look how many people matched.
And that guy was a pretty good friend of mine, and he overall is a decent guy, but he was just explaining that it's a numbers game. Like, they're not going to talk to me, and so that way they'll all talk to me, and then I can then decide
who he wants to talk to.
But on Bumble, you can't just reach out to somebody and say, "Hey."
I just think that's so weird because I'm not that like that at all. Like, I will literally, I'm so picky, and I'm not going to swipe on somebody unless they're worth my time, and that's one of the reasons I don't even go on the dating apps anymore, because it's like a waste of time for me. Like, I have too much shit to do. I don't want to sit here and scroll through all these people.
One of the things that really taught me a lot about myself was I went through a lot of shitty dating situations. Mm-hmm. And during 2020, when you're like faced with even more loneliness and like having to hang out with yourself, I had to then be like, okay, I then sometimes go on these dating sites to get attention or to feel validated by a man. Mm-hmm. And so what I started to do was work and focus on my friendships. And when I'd get the need to go on a dating app and, let me just see, I would be like, okay, wait, what is it that I need right now that I feel like I need to go on the dating app? So instead of going on the dating app, I would text a friend, hey, do you, what are you doing? Like, hey, do you want to go for a hike outside? Hey, do you want to... I was trying to find any way to fill whatever void it was that I was needing to go on the app for. When I knew that I wouldn't be on it for long, I would just be on there and whatever, chit-chat, and then I wouldn't get on it again. It would piss me off, or but I never met anybody. And it would just be like I needed to talk to a man. I needed a man to validate me somehow. So when I would want to go online, and I would actively choose with intention not to go on to the dating site, and instead find healthier things available to me to see if that filled the void, I started to develop way better friendships. I got more artistic, and it was really like good. And it actually taught me a lot about myself. Like, I don't need to go on here for that kind of validation, because I can find other healthier ways to meet these needs through friendships, through, why are you so needing to get on there and talk to a man? Yeah. Like, why don't you have a girlfriend that could literally just sit with you while you cry and give you all the hugs and, be your friend?
Yeah.
Why are you investing in that more than you're investing in... Because the more you have solid friendships, the less you are susceptible to being so desperate for that relationship with a man, because you're being fulfilled in other areas,
Yeah. Yeah, and I also wanted to say, too, that because I do honestly am embarrassed that when I first went into the dating world, I did just have a million hookups. Not a million.
I don't think you should be embarrassed by that. That's pretty much after divorce. That's how that goes. Like, you're looking to, like, you haven't had a lot of this or that. You haven't had the opportunity, and you actually don't have the emotional capacity going through divorce right away to have a healthy relationship with anybody. It actually takes a while, especially if you have an unhealthy relationship, to be able to have a healthy relationship outside of one. So it's a good time to kind of get some of that out of the way. I did learn a lot. Men and women.
Yeah, I learned a lot. I mean, I made a lot of really stupid mistakes, and luckily I got through all of that without getting any sexually transmitted diseases, because I finally made myself go recently because I was like freaking out from the last person, which was a long time ago, like a year ago. But I wanted to say also, like, anybody who wants to go on there just to have hookups, there's no shame in that either. If you just want to have sex.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a lot of times I did just want to have sex. Like, I just want the physical. Like, I mean, of course, like, a part of me also wants the emotional too. But to get both is something that I have to make sure that I have all the boundaries and all the steps that you're saying, and I wait till, like, I don't compromise. And I wait for that.
Sexy demon
how
baby.
How do you even think of that? That's so funny. So good.
Hip thrust. Okay. Sorry.
Back squat. Back squats.
Yeah.
I don't, like, there's nothing wrong with wanting to just have sex. So I don't want it to sound like, you know, if you want to have sex, go on the dating apps, because you'll find out, like, immediately. But like, if you want to have, like, the whole package and wait for, like, a meaningful relationship, then have all the steps that Tiff said. Boundaries.
Well, like, it's not even just, like, to have a meaningful relationship. It's to filter through the ones that are wasting your time faster.
Well, that's what I meant. Yeah. Just to, if you don't want to hook up, which I'm saying, don't have shame for that, because sometimes I just want to freaking have sex, you know?
Throw a fucking wiener in me.
Just need that dick sometimes.
NTD.
What is NTD?
Need that dick.
Oh my god. NTD. Yes.
Dude, feeling really...
Yes.
You know what? I actually saw this...
Okay, we gotta write this down.
I saw this fucking post today.
NTD.
It was like a reel, and this woman was like, you know what we're gonna be doing so we can call people fucking twats? We're gonna say, well, there we are then. There we are then is twat. The first letters. So if somebody's acting like a twat and you want to call them a twat,
oh my gosh,
and they say, like, you know what, we should all just move to Texas, then you just say, well, there we are then. Fucking twat.
That's so funny.
Well, fucking there we are then.
God.
And they don't know what you're saying. You sound almost agreeable, but you're
like,
really
what do you mean there you are then?
Well, there you are then. Good old Texas, there you are then.
That's so funny.
It's like, see you next Tuesday.
I think we should have write it down so we won't forget. We should have, like, a whole, like,
we should have it where we write it down and then we have a card that we hold up.
Yeah.
So that, be like, word of the day or phrase of the, well, the word of the day is twat.
Yes.
And the phrase of the day is, well, there we are then.
Yes, we should have a word of the day, because, you know,
because I think of a lot of stupid words.
There's a lot of cool things that we come up with.
What did I say earlier?
Or you do.
Come fucking something. I know it's come because I was giggling in my head about it.
Wait, remind me. My brain's a little
I said, come fucking. Come.
Like in the beginning of the show?
No, it was just a couple. And you were like, I was like that. I love how I put fucking in the middle of the word.
Oh yes.
And it was
I don't remember.
Come fucking fertile. Nope. It was come fucking schmayan. Come fucking. He doesn't.
Do you remember the word she created?
Oh no, I don't remember what you said.
Oh, you don't. You're not listening.
We're not supposed to be talking to
I know.
people.
It'll change.
No, I think it's funny.
Come fucking...
There's no way I can remember.
Come fucking postable.
My brain is too fried. Compostable?
That's compostable.
Closer.
Let's come. I don't know. It'll come.
Well, what were we talking about?
We're talking about dating and men being fucking pieces of shit, which is what I'm normally fucking talking about. And I can't. Oh, it'll come to me, and then I'll write it in the show notes or something so that we never ever forget.
Yeah.
I'll tattoo it on the baby's fucking head. Well, on the other side of the head.
You're a weird ass baby.
What? It's sexy baby. Oh,
I put a
get
bikini
in
on
my
a baby.
belly. Ah, it's a demon. It was probably like a 400-year-old demon that got trapped in a baby.
Oh my god.
So he's like, I don't want to be a baby. I feel sexy. But I look like an infant. It's really a problem.
Yeah, they're demons. They're not babies. Because, it's like we're sitting here making demonic babies, but we're actually, innocent souls here. We're innocent.
Yes.
Well, maybe not you.
I went to confession. I'm just kidding. I think that's a Catholic thing.
What was your confession?
I have to confess.
We should do that. If you had to confess, what would you confess? Yes. If you had to confess something, what would you confess? Oh my god.
What do you say when you go to confession? You say forgive me, Althea, for I have sinned. Forgive me, friend, for I have sinned.
Okay, so we're doing it right now. I'm the priest, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm the priest. Go ahead.
But do you have something that maybe you need to confess?
I don't know.
First?
Am I going first?
Yeah, you're going.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
You have something.
Okay. What's the name again?
Forgive me, friend, for I have sinned.
Forgive me, friend, for I have sinned.
Go ahead, my child.
So today, I was driving, and this person was hugging my ass, and they were this stupid rich car, and there's probably some, twat that was driving, and they got mad because I wasn't driving fast enough or whatever. They got mad that they wanted to get around me, so they got around me and they cut me off, and I literally thought this thought: I hope you get in a car accident today. You rich fucking piece of shit.
Were you in the fast lane? Were you in the fast lane?
I don't think so.
If you were in the fast lane, then you are in the wrong.
Oh god.
And you need to do
it's possible.
Baby tosses and
okay.
two White Claw drinks.
I feel really bad because what if they really did get in a car accident? And I felt like I wanted to say that because they had a nice car.
Do you think that you were so important that if they got in a car accident it would be because you thought that?
Yeah. Because
you're like, fuck, I thought that, and I made that happen.
Words of power. So when I say something,
that they were technically driving unsafe. We don't want anyone to get hurt, but
I mean, I feel guilty for saying that, but because it's
you should.
I shouldn't want somebody to get in a car accident.
Well, you might as well just go out and stab somebody right in the neck.
I know. I hope you get in a car accident because they could die.
Well, that's an honest thought. But the thing about thoughts they're the only things that keep us sane. I often think about just fucking wrecking some fools. Yeah, I'll go through a whole thought process. And it is, but what I don't do is do anything like that. No one can say I have a reputation for being crazy or jealous or anything because I have the thoughts in my head and I'm like, and then
so that's a relief.
I put them in a bubble and I blow it away. You ever watch John and Greg?
No.
It's a show from a long time ago, and they would do confession.
Oh, really?
And they would sit and she'd be with her mom or with her husband, and they would be like, okay, I used artificial chicken in that casserole that I told you that I made from scratch or whatever. And then they would just together, they would get their hands and they'd be like, put it in a bubble and blow it away. So they're basically telling each other all the things that they did to each other or whatever. It's like confession.
That's so funny.
And then they put it in a bubble and they blow it away. But then in the show it'd be funny because they'd be like, I killed your cat. Put it in a bubble, blow it away. And they're like, wait, what?
Your cat.
What? You know, like we can't just put that in a bubble. But it, you know, but the thing is, back to the thing is thoughts aren't actions. And I actually think it's normal and it's healthy to like sometimes have the negative thought, but we don't speak on it and we don't act on it. We're just kind of like, ugh. And then we're like, we gotta check ourselves, you know?
Well, the thing is though, since I'm kind of like, the reason I feel guilty about it, and this is gonna sound really crazy,
is because you wish that people would die. And that's not a great thing.
Because you shouldn't want somebody to die or get in a car accident. But all just because they cut you off and you're a snooty person. But okay. This kind of sounds bad, but I you know.
It all sounds bad, bitch, on this show. It's fine. Just get it out.
I'm like kind of like, you know, like my witchy side. I believe that your energy, your words, and everything have power. And part of like even though I say I'm like a witch or whatever, I don't, like, most people think that means like you sacrificing children, you know, like my mom.
Not most people, just mostly only your mom.
No, I think all my family
no,
thinks
it's just really, maybe your family. But
or they think that we're all evil, you know, like they think like my whole family, well, maybe mostly my mom, but they all think that we do all this demonic shit. But really, it's all about healing and the power of your mind. Like, what?
Witch is a movement. It's a women's movement.
Well, it's like about empowerment. Like, so that's why I feel guilty about telling that, like thinking in my head, like I literally was telling her that energetically. I hope you get in a car crash. And I'm like, because I already believe in the power of and the stuff, and I don't ever like curse people and stuff. You know, maybe I have once, because they just fucking took me over the edge. But a lot of times, like if you believe in it and you put the energy in it or whatever, like that, like my witchy side, it is more than just thinking or saying it.
Well,
you know
like,
I mean?
like when you put something out into the world, right? You're putting, you know, like that's why you always say like, I'm going to make good money. I'm going to make good money. Like positive affirmations. Yeah. You're saying these things. So you're putting that energy out there to like try to bring that in. Whereas if you're just being negative, like I suck, you're typically going to then not be as open to opportunities that are going to lead you into these situations that could give you these positive things. So if you flip the switch and you're not being negative, you might not make a bunch of money, but you're opening yourself up to being more receptive to opportunities just by having these little conversations with yourself at a minimum, right? Like at a minimum, the energy is there and you put these things out into the universe because it shows yourself that you're being more receptive to opportunity. I'm receptive to opportunity. So if something comes my way, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to be positive. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to attract like-minded people. That's why, like, when we keep dating shitbags, we keep limiting our opportunity and we keep restricting ourselves. And it doesn't matter what we put into the universe because now we're held down by this other thing too. Which is why it's important to remember those things, the boundaries in like online dating especially, so that you're not wasting your time and you're moving on to the next person so that you can make sure that you're preserving your energy and saving your energy. But I think it's normal and healthy to have a negative thought.
I mean, it's just
because I've even, there's been times I've been in the car with somebody or doing anything and I'll say like, let me tell you what I just thought, because I'm not gonna do it, but I was just thinking about how it'd be really great if I just like went up and was like, here's a picture of you cheating on your other girlfriend, you know, or whatever. Like, I'm just making up a scenario, right? But like,
and
I'm gonna show this picture, and it's gonna show that you're a cheater, and everyone's gonna know that you're a piece of shit, But like, I'm not actually going to do any of that. I'm not going to research to find anything. I'm not going to, but the thought pops in my head in like a split second. And it's kind of just like, yeah. And then it goes away.
Like you're like releasing it. We're just human, you know?
Well, like, yeah, the thought is there. The anger is there. The thought is there. We either say it or we think it, and then it gets put in a bubble and blown away.
I love the bubble thing.
Yeah.
But I love how, like, one thing that I love about our show is we are completely raw and vulnerable with everybody, and we tell them our real actual
We
shit.
are raw dogging our lives.
But I feel like when you do that, it helps other people release shame because there's probably a million other people that have thought or done the things that we're ashamed of, and we talk about it, and then it releases their shame from it.
They don't say it because they think that they're the only ones.
Yeah, exactly.
And when you watch a show that explains, or you watch or you're around people that explain that they've done something similar, it validates you that, number one, you're not alone, and number two, it's a normal thing, and you're not a fucking freak or this, bad person for doing it. It's like, that's why I talk a lot about when you have things that you say about parenting, and I'm just kind of like, meh, like, you were so worried about the one show where you were like, I was just talking about giving my husband a blowjob in front of my kids, and I was just like, do you know how many people don't make the right parenting move all the time?
Yeah, but it is a little different for me though, because I deal with a covert narcissist, and he's constantly using whatever he can. I literally have lost my relationship with my daughter.
But I don't mean, so what I'm talking about is not how it affects other people. How what we say is internalized. Like you said that, and it was like, yeah, none of us are going to be fucking perfect parents. Some people will just not admit that they've made these major mistakes because they are so ashamed of admitting it. But a lot of people just make fucked up mistakes.
The story about how I told my kids I gave my husband.
That's what I'm saying. And you were upset about that you're like, oh, that probably wasn't the right thing or whatever. And it was just kind of like,
well, my daughter, yeah. Well, but I know what you're saying. Like, a lot of people have a hard,
people don't realize that parents make mistakes. No one.
Who knows how to actually tell your kids about sex?
Yeah.
Nobody knows how.
The most awkward and hard
I had
situation.
To really think about that and I thought I did it right at first, and then.
Well, and honestly, there's not really a right or wrong way. We were never discussed. It was just like, no, that's bad. That's bad. So anytime it happened, we just had so much shame because we were so convinced by our parents that it was such a bad thing that we had done. Instead of it just being like hey, it's okay. It's part of it, Yeah. But that goes on for the rest of our lives, right? Everyone's like, oh, you should be perfect. No, we're parents.
Yeah. Parents
are humans. We're going to be like, this is the right thing to do. And it's going to be the wrong thing to do. And it's going to be like, shit. I gotta go back. That was me rewinding.
I realized that.
And then we're like, let's try it again. And there's been many times I've had to tell my daughter, I made this choice and I'm sorry. That wasn't the right thing to do. I thought about it, and while I still don't want this and this to happen from you, or I don't need this behavior or this, whatever it is, I should not have done it. I should not have reacted or treated you or said this or whatever it was, this thing. And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And it teaches them accountability. It teaches the kids accountability.
Yeah. Because if they know that, okay,
people make mistakes.
It makes the relationship closer.
Yeah. We make mistakes. We take accountability. We figure it out. We communicate. These are all really great life lessons for kids. And even when you're 40, we still haven't figured anything out. When we're 45, I'm sure we haven't figured it out. I'm not there yet, but you are.
Shut up.
Just getting you
crawling
your way over there.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to hear your confession.
Oh,
I'm going to pretend I'm a priest.
Okay.
Me, my demonic baby.
Mm-hmm.
Child, we are...
Well,
I
had one, right? No, I had one. It just wasn't Oh my God, I have one.
Okay, yes.
Oh my God, this is so awful. Oh, forgive me, friend, for I've sinned.
We accept you.
I was going to a hash last Monday, and I hit a pelican with my car. And I cried for like 30 minutes. And I called Shmayan, and I was like, I'm a horrible person. I killed a bird. To be fair, I don't actually know if I killed it, but I hit it with my car.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do it on purpose?
No.
The car forgiven.
We were on the on-ramp, and getting on the freeway, right? So it was about to merge, and there was a Jeep in front of me, and the Jeep just all of a sudden swerved out of the way, and there's this fucking pelican, and it was like 4 feet tall.
So they were trying to avoid it?
Do you know how big a pelican is?
Oh my god, I was thinking in my head, a pelican, I thought it was just like one of those flying birds.
No. I mean,
the ones with the long legs that just like, you know.
They're huge.
You fucking hit a pelican?
And it was just in the middle of the road. The car fucking swerved out of the way, and then it was just right there. And so I hit just the corner of my car with it.
Uh-huh.
And so I just heard like a boom, boom. And
but that is the worst.
I fucking bawled. I bawled my eyes out. I felt like such a terrible person. And the next day I had to go to work at 5 in the morning or whatever. And so I was going on the same on-ramp. And I looked around to try to see, because there was no cars at that time.
Wait, so you went back to see if it was alive?
Well, no, I had to take the same on-ramp to go to work as I have to do to go to where I was going. It's the same one I take.
I can't believe you didn't make sure that was okay.
Well, that was the thing. It's I was like, that's what I called
I'm
Ryan.
just kidding.
I was like, am I supposed to call
I'm
somebody?
just
Should I have
kidding.
pulled over? And he's like, no,
how dare
no,
you
know?
You are not
he was
forgiven.
He was like, honestly, it was probably a really bad spot to try to pull over. Right on the on-ramp is a bad, not safe for you to pull over spot.
No, it's not like it's like a I know it sounds messed up, but
babies
I don't think animals have souls. I don't think they care.
I think they do.
Well, I remember learning something
they have nerve endings,
somewhere.
And
yeah,
so they feel pain.
But they don't have yes. But
I don't give a fuck about a soul. I don't give
a
a fuck about
heaven.
Make
you feel less bad.
I don't give a fuck. No.
Trying to make you feel less bad.
The only thing that made me feel less bad was that the next morning, which was maybe less than 12 hours later, I drove that on-ramp and that bird was nowhere to be found. So that means that it was totally fine.
Or the animal control came and picked it up.
And took care of it and fixed it. Because I probably did
it up with a shovel. And
I don't think I killed it, though. It's a big bird.
Is that what you're telling yourself to feel better?
I am. It didn't go under my car. I just got it because I swerved enough that I just hit with the corner.
I'm totally kidding.
And so I probably tossed it off to the side.
Yeah, you just bumped it and it was popped
But
over.
I was thinking animal control, how would they get there that fast to know that there was a pelican somewhere?
Yeah, no, they probably just went and healed.
Or animal control came the next day and put a Band-Aid on it.
It's fine.
It was a big bird.
Humans get hit by cars and they jump up and they're fine.
It was 4 feet tall. It was basically
But you didn't run over it with your wheels.
No.
You just bumped it.
Yeah, because I got out of the way in time that it literally just got the side of the side corner of my car.
It's fine.
Yeah. Free me, Father, for I have sinned. Another one.
Forgiven.
A long time ago, I actually hit a person with my car.
Am I supposed to forgive you as a priest?
Yeah, no matter what I fucking say.
So we're just supposed to listen to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, me and Demonic Baby forgive you.
And also,
Wait, so you hit a real person? Is this another confession?
Yeah. This is confession number 2.
Wait, okay, I'm sorry. This is not funny at all.
Oh my God.
Why am I laughing? I can't stop.
It's because of the first confession that she had, and she's feeling really satisfied.
It's went from animal to human.
Well, it actually went from human to animal in sequential order. It was years ago that I hit a person, and I killed him.
No way.
And I drove away, and then they came back
confessing this?
and they haunted me every summer.
Shut the fuck up.
With a hook on their hand.
At first, no, I didn't believe you, but I was like,
no, but I did hit a person with a car.
But did they die?
No.
Okay.
So it was literally I was at a stop, and the light turned, and I was getting onto the freeway.
Yeah.
And I lived in the desert, and so the sun was just beating right where the sun was at, I couldn't see.
Oh yeah, I hate that.
And so I like looked, but I have my blind spot and I have the sun blindness. And so I looked and there's nobody. And so I'm literally just turning from a stop. And I hit, there was all of a sudden there was a person there. So I pulled over right away and I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, let's go to the hospital, or like, I'll call 911. What do you need? And
like, did it bump them and they went flying, or like?
No, it bumped. I think it knocked her down.
But it didn't like.
No. She got up and was like, no, I'm fine. She didn't speak that good of English.
I have like trauma with like wheels crushing over people.
But no, and I wasn't going fast. It was literally just a bump, and so I was like, you want me to take you to the hospital, or call 911, and like I need we need to do something. And she was like, no, I'm fine. No. And she didn't speak English. English, and it dawned on me that I think that she didn't maybe want to go to get emergency care because maybe she was illegal.
Oh.
And that made me feel really, really bad. Like.
So what happened? Was she okay?
No, she was totally fine. She was like, no, I'm fine. Like, it just basically like knocked her down. Yeah, because it was from a stop, and I was devastated. Like, what can I do? And she was just like, no, it's okay. I'm okay. It's okay. Gracias. And I was like, no. And I was like in tears, like, no, I'm so sorry. Like,
I think that meant the world to like when people actually give a shit and they're sorry, and she probably was fine. You probably just knocked her on the ground, like unless they're an old person, then you like break their hip and they die.
No, she was young. She was, I mean, not like a kid, but like I felt really bad, but I think about it all the time. I think about the person all the time, and I actually feel really bad about just like why she wouldn't have wanted to go to the doctor, aside from like.
You have such
I'm busy, but like
you have a good heart. Like you're always thinking like so.
Well, that's what started to make me realize that like some of the like illegal immigrant laws and stuff and situations that we have here. Like here's this perfectly nice human being that was probably just coming from a job or whatever, too afraid to even go to the hospital or can't get health insurance or Medicaid or anything like that because they don't have papers or whatever it is the situation, like maybe they were born here but their parents never got it done. I don't know the situation, right? But it was like that's such a fucked up situation to be in, and that's a privilege that I mean, if I had to go to the hospital and health insurance, I'd have to pay a lot of debt and that would suck, but like I get health insurance, and I was like, this is a privilege that in a situation that I'll never be in because I am an American citizen that's white. And it was the first time that I was like faced with like the reality of like why somebody wouldn't want like basic care,
Well, at least like it wasn't worse, like
I didn't actually really kill them and then they came back
or you really injured her.
Yeah.
I
mean, I was ready to go to fucking jail. I was like, take me to jail. I killed a person.
See, I think you feel too bad about stuff. My dad, speaking of car accidents, my dad actually ran over a man and he died. And I was in the car with me and my siblings.
No wonder you're so fucked up.
Damn.
I'm just kidding.
Well, I think it really ruined my dad for a while, but
for a while.
Well, maybe he's still ruined. Maybe
that's the turning point.
Well,
the ruining point.
Turning.
I tried to make it. It didn't really rhyme. Mess that up.
Well, so we were like driving in this tiny little Volkswagen Beetle when I was a little kid, and me and some other kid friend and my other siblings were squished in the back. So I think we were illegally driving, and my sister was on my mom's lap in the front.
Definitely illegal.
So, yep. So we were not only illegal.
Forgive you, Father, for you have sinned.
Yeah, well, so we were driving. This is when we lived in Lake Tahoe, and so we were driving around this corner, and this dude just came out of nowhere, and all I remember as a kid, I'm like, a big boulder from the sky just fell on the front windshield because it like instantly boom, like shattered. So he came out of nowhere. My dad couldn't stop in time and he got hit the man. This is him, or actually the baby. Okay, so we're driving around the corner boom, he slams on the windshield, and then my dad like, ah, and you know, tries to stop. He rolls off and goes into the other lane. Then he swerves over, and another car is coming this way, and he gets smashed in between the two cars. I just remember, like, what the fuck just happened as a little kid, and like, go to the side.
I don't fully understand.
And he was in between
what you just said.
fucking cars.
Why were they so close?
Because he was trying to swerve. Like,
once so the guy was hanging on. So here's the car. So he hit and he was on the car.
Well, then
he got boom. Sideways.
No. So he hit him so hard because he came out of nowhere. He like literally went,
was like,
boom. So like smash on the windshield, and then he went flying onto the other side of the street.
Okay.
And there was another car coming, and I don't know how, but my dad was probably freaking out and swerved, and they went.
So they both then, but he's on the ground, so they didn't smush him because he wasn't. He wouldn't be up in the middle. He was
underneath the car, in between the cars.
Okay.
And I remember as a kid, I was like, I knew something really bad happened because I realized it was a guy.
You know that your dad wasn't a Christian until that point.
Yeah, maybe. No, he was, but
not if you got
we moved to like Tahoe
your
for
dad's
that reason.
Fucking, they're letting you sit on laps without.
Yeah, my sister had like a chest, like her chest rammed into the dashboard that was open, and she had like a chest breathing problems from that, and fucking mom has her in the front seat on her lap.
Well, that's kind of 80s. I won't.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm talking a lot of shit, but
it was in the 80s.
Yeah.
Because that was when I was like, I don't know, like 9 or whatever. But I remember being a little kid.
No.
What do you mean no? I think I was a 9.
Yeah,
because I lived in Lake Tahoe until I was like 10.
Well, I was born in 83, and you're older than me, so you were born in 82 or 81?
81. Yeah.
So 81 plus 8.
Maybe I was younger then, because I know I was because I know I lived in Lake Tahoe until I was like 10.
I just wanted a reason to make fun of you with math.
Shut up.
I'm sorry.
I'm like so I hate math, but
same.
And time frames, I can never like realize what the actual time frame is.
But it's still 80s, early 90s. It's still kind of the same. People were like, "Oh, sit on your lap. I'm going to teach you how to drive." You know, kind of situation.
It totally, made sense. My parents like also had this Volkswagen van, and we got another car accident. They were driving down this hill, and like we all flew around in the car because I don't think we were in seatbelts or anything. But so I wanted to say also, like, it traumatized me because that's so good. It's such a good idea. She wrote "fuck" on his hand. Her hand.
Like, you can't probably see. Do down here.
Yeah.
And then a little fuck knuckle.
But before I forget, when I was sitting on the side of the road, because I keep forgetting everything because I'm just spacey today, but I remember seeing the man in between the cars, and somebody was trying to tell me not to look to probably help me not be traumatized.
Yeah.
And I think his bones were popping out and stuff.
Oh, okay. What are we? What is this show about?
Well, now I remember.
What is this show about?
I guess this is another reason, like, I'm pretty fucked up.
That makes sense.
That's pretty traumatic, right?
That's super traumatic.
I literally thought a boulder fell out of the sky. And then, like, later, I thought about that, and I was like, damn, my dad killed somebody. How does he feel about that?
You should ask him.
You know?
At the next family reunion. You know, like, or give a toast.
You know what?
I would just like to thank everybody for coming to this family reunion. And, I've just been doing a lot of thinking, and I was just wondering, Dad, how did it feel when you killed that guy with the car while your daughter wasn't seatbelted in?
I'm the best at doing stuff like that.
Same.
Because I love shocking people. That's why I'm the black sheep of the family.
I don't even realize that I'm doing it, and it's shocking. I just
like,
I thought it was just a good idea to ask. And everyone's like, wow, that's awkward. And I'm like, oh.
Why?
I don't understand.
It shouldn't be. People are too afraid and closed up to like, but like, even though you said it and everybody else was afraid to, probably mostly everybody's thinking it.
Though. Everybody is thinking it.
So they're all just a bunch of being pussies, you know.
They're being a bunch of
you're the brave person bringing out the stuff that everybody's thinking anyways.
Because pussies are strong. So they're being a bunch of fucking foreskins.
I don't know what
because
you
foreskin. Well, you
why?
Kind of call somebody a pussy, but a pussy, right, delivers a baby. Can take a fucking beating. It's literally the toughest fucking thing on a woman's body.
And then it goes back.
So what makes it? It
opens this big, and then it goes back.
So that's not weak, right?
Hell no.
So when we're calling somebody a pussy, it doesn't really make sense unless we're calling them a foreskin.
Damn. Why? Oh my gosh.
Because if I just
the light bulb moment.
If I just flicked your foreskin, you'd be like,
why do we call each other pussies? Oh my god.
Because men took it over and. Unless you're fucking schmine, would be like, it came from this other word, blah blah blah. But what it has turned into now is, it's just another thing, just like calling somebody like, you're acting like a girl. You're acting like a girl. It's basically just another way to make women the feeble, weak sex. So I just say, fuck that. You're acting like a foreskin. Or even a ball sack is pretty fucking weak.
I gotta remember this.
Really, any penis.
This is for our book.
Can't even, you kick a penis and they will crawl on the ground and want to throw up, you know?
New word.
Foreskin. It's
not. I don't remember what this is. What's NTD again?
Need that dick.
I shouldn't have wrote this though, because I'm gonna go home and my kids are gonna be like,
yeah, then you just be like, need that.
No, but they're gonna see foreskin on my arm. But I'm afraid I'm gonna forget.
Well, you spelled it wrong.
We really
so
do.
It'll be fine. You'd be like,
someday.
I'm for skin. I'm like pro skin.
Oh yeah.
Not against skin.
I'm for skin, not pro. Yeah, that's really
good.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good cover up.
They're too stupid to have any idea what that means. You could be like, you know, that is a movement.
I remember when I had these dick cupcakes holders, and when the kids were little, because for my sister I got them. Like, I made her a bunch of dick cupcakes, and my kids were like, what are those, Mom? And they're little, so I could lie to them. And I was like, they're rocket ships.
I have a friend.
Well, actually, my older daughter was like, no, they're not, Mom.
I have a friend that has like a giant dick and balls cake.
Ooh.
Like pan.
Yeah.
And then she flips it up. She bakes and she flips it over and she turns it into like an alligator head.
No, why?
And it's funny because it's basically like,
I guess it does look like an alligator.
Is it a dick?
Head.
You know, or is it an alligator? It's just, it's hilarious that like it's like, let's turn this dick cake into like something
and nobody
else.
knows what it really is.
It was really funny.
Oh my gosh,
I was like, that is
funny.
Great. Yeah. All right. Well, do you have anything else on fucking dating and confessions?
I mean, we can go on forever, but I think we should maybe wrap it up because I think it's been.
Yeah, we gotta wrap it up.
I think we said. Well, it's right there. It's just a stupid font. I hate that font, but I don't know how to change it. But yeah, I think made the basics.
Yeah.
And you summed it up really nice with the 3 things. So.
Yeah, just keeping it safe. Yeah, keeping us safe.
Boundaries, so you don't end up, you know.
Boundaries, rules, no married men, no live with their ex, no sexual right out the gate.
Yes, that's what I wanted to say about the married men. Is this one dude? I'll say it real quick. And we'll end it.
Totally.
But this one guy gave me this whole long story when we met on Bumble. And he still tries to talk to me now, but he said all this stuff like, oh, you know, I just can't leave my wife, but we're not really married, we don't have sex and all this. He gave me this longest story. I still had sex with him though.
That's because you weren't really...
He's pretty good at sex, but he made this whole story that he couldn't leave his wife because he had to work now and she took care of the kids and he just had this elaborate ass story.
It was bullshit.
Yeah.
He just wanted to have sex with you.
And he just...
And you probably just wanted the sex too.
Yeah, and it was fine, you know.
And you needed the explanation to kind of justify what you were doing. But in the end, it wasn't something that you were going to do long term nor
yeah,
him.
yeah.
But
now that I'm like waiting for my long term, he actually messaged me recently, and I didn't even respond to him because I'm like,
No.
Block. Now I know,
Block.
like, I'm not into just a hookup right now.
Double block.
Yeah, double block.
Never let somebody. Oh, I just totally burped in the double block. Never let have access to you that has already tried to fucking work you over once before.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, that
was a good one.
It's usually just a stupid story when they are married. So yeah.
Yeah, there's a million reasons why they're married, and it's fine to date them. But here, the fact of the matter is, no.
Yeah.
Hard no. If you want an available man, they must be divorced and they must not live with their ex. Can they co-parent? Absolutely. That's a huge green flag if they co-parent well.
Yeah.
If they live with their ex or they're still not divorced and, it's just taking a long time, or, there is still a million things that could go fucking sideways in that relationship and in that situation. And that is not available. That is not what an available man is involved in.
Even if they just want to hook up, it's like there's still some attachment with the
if you
ex.
just want to hook up and you're not looking for a relationship, then neither of you are looking for anything.
Yeah.
Their attachment and your attachment, do you.
I'm just trying to like take away if anybody, there's nothing wrong if you just want to hook up. But,
no, not at all. And then we have these babies.
Yes.
Demon baby.
Demon baby with a bikini.
Demon that's
weird.
actually like 400 years old but got trapped in a baby's body. And he's pissed but still trying to be sexy.
Mine killed 3 people. But I think yours did too.
Well, you got your dad beat by 2.
Oh my god, that's so mean. Took me a while to get that, but I was like, what do you mean, my dad? That's so harsh. I hope he doesn't ever watch this. He says he doesn't watch my show, but...
Well, we'll find out if he does, if he gets all fucking pissed off about being a murderer. Demon baby's coming to get you.
He's gonna hate you. I think my mom watches it, even though she says she doesn't. Okay, all right. Cheers.
Well, I'm just
Thank you for watching, everybody.
Oh, yeah. Leave your confessions in the comments.
Yeah, I love
Forgive me, Father. Forgive me, friend, for I have sinned. What did you do this last week that you shouldn't have?
Yeah.
Or thought that you shouldn't have?
We want to hear it.
I killed a bird.
Sorry, it's not funny. It's not funny.
She keeps laughing. She even laughed when she told a story about her dad killing a guy. This is probably why he has problems.
I know.
Just kidding.
Okay. But yes, we want to hear your confessions, and then we can leave it in a bubble.
We're going to put it in a bubble. Blow it away. Althea just wants to put it in a bubble and blow it. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, bitch.
Cheers to emptiness. Because mine's empty.
Mine is too.